Okay, I'm back again today. It's about nearly 1 PM in Ho Chi Minh City, and just going to take it easy today and check out the newest country in GeoGuessr, which is Namibia, which I think they have a map for. They do. That's good. So the blurb here is, Namibia doesn't give away its secrets easily. Sparse signs, epic skies, and a whole lot of nothing between the something. Trust your gut, guess smart, and enjoy the ride. Excellent. So this particular one, I've had a look at Plonket, and it's listed as coming soon. So I don't have any information about Namibia. It's just going to be an enjoyable look around the country. I have no impression of what various parts of the country look like, or cities or anything like that. So I guess I'll just jump in, start playing and see how it goes. Try and get close to the mic here. So I heard a little bit that there's some German influence in Namibia. Looking at the posts, what have I got, 10 minutes on the clock, that's good. Looking at the posts, these ones at least are pretty conventional. They look like they're kind of DIY. I guess this is the vehicle for Namibia. I don't think that's a double aerial. I've got the vehicle blur on, but with the bigger cars it doesn't cover it up, so that's a bit unfortunate. So that could be a tip for Namibia. So, just looking how to distinguish Namibia from other places. It's kind of very open. I don't have a lot of experience, obviously, but the foliage is a bit different, but it's kind of Botswana-ish, which makes sense because this is close to Botswana, but I don't think Botswana often has these low hills, slightly eroded hills. Actually, I need my small blanket. Do I have it? I don't have it. Just need something to cover my mouse to stop the clickiness. Just be a minute. Hopefully that works. So in terms of this, I get a Botswana vibe, so I might go nearby Botswana. It's kind of going north-south with, I think, a curve up ahead. Something like here. Don't know if we're actually near any towns or anything like that. It looks a bit more remote than this. Just give that a click anyway and see how it comes up. Okay, it's further south, and it was quite close to a town. Maybe I should travel along a bit so I can get into some towns and see some things. So this is on the C15. We've got B roads, D roads, C roads. I wonder if there's any A roads. I think I don't actually see one. No, okay. So that was, I've got the streaks on. It's obviously going to be a streak record. 863 points. So that's not great. Obviously, the points are set up for just Namibia, so it's going to be difficult to get some good scores here. Okay, now it's no foliage, and the mountains are bigger here. Mountains to the west. To the west, and the road's going east-west. Let's check out where the mountains are here. Mountains to the west. Sometimes I find it difficult to differentiate mountains on this map. Here's some mountains. So I wonder, it could be along this road. There's a crop of mountains, but kind of looks closer than that. Here's a range of mountains as well, so it could be along here. So I've got a guest farm, Wiesenfels. Let's drive towards the mountains and see what's up. See if we can get a town or something, a homestead. There's really not much foliage here. Very sparse, low bushes. And that's the end of it. We can't go any further that way. Got like a follow motorbike or something. No, I think this is the front of the car, so it's ahead of us, like a lead vehicle. Kind of surrounded in mountains, east and west. So we need a flat spot. Mountains east and west on the C26 maybe. Some mountains south, that kind of checks out. So where was the other round? It was around here, I think. Which had a lot more foliage. So let's check that out. Ooh, it was all the way south on the border here. Let's check it out. I don't understand that at all. There's a river here. I guess it's a dried up river. Interesting. So that would explain why there's no foliage, I guess. Because it's like a lake during the rainy season, I think. That's interesting. I hadn't really considered that. So this region here, no foliage on the border with South Africa. 272 points, getting worse. What's next? Okay, here's a lot of green and sealed road. You can still see just part of the aerial there. This pole seems quite common, just pretty simple. I think it could be wooden actually. It's difficult to say from this distance, but maybe painted wooden. Got this long white dash centre line and a really thin yellow outside line. The road quality is pretty good, I'd say, and there's no shoulder on it at all, which is really interesting. I haven't really been looking out for places with shoulders on the road and things like that, but that can be quite telling. I know there's a region in Brazil, which I forget which one, which has like really big shoulders, so this is likely a national park, I guess. Got the Zuri camp, luxury tents and camping. No day visitors. I can't read the rest. Bookings only. Okay, and then they've got the booking number there, which I can't quite make out. Again, kind of east to west. I wonder if the Zuri camp will show up on here. An east-west road, like this. I guess these grey roads are probably the sealed ones. We're in a combat nearby. Maria Bron. I wonder who that is. And then it's got some similar names to South Africa, like Grootfontein. And Springbokwasser, which I guess is Springbok water. Wasser, maybe. It's a creek nearby. So they've got I guess they've got quite a few national parks, I'd guess, in Namibia. Here's the Skeleton Coast, which I've heard about. I'd like to check that out later. Hopefully we get around in there. So this is another candidate up here. It's just kind of torn as to whether they'd have okay, they've got a lodge here. So they may have camping in the national park. Just travel along and see if we can get to the campsite or something like that. Some low mountains in the west. Or low hills. High hills, low mountains, something like that. Looks pretty straight. Let's check behind actually. Yeah, it's a dead straight road in this section anyway. With a turning. Don't think I can get down here to see the caution sign, unfortunately. Here we go, they're on there's Grootfontein is 50 kilometres away on the C42. Well, I happen to know where Grootfontein is. And I didn't have the correct road, interestingly, C42. There's Grootfontein. Is 50 kilometres to the east on the 42. That's interesting. So this road pretty much east-west. This is the C42 here. Could we be near an airport? I know there was a turning, hang on, there was a turning here to the south on the C42. Could it be an intersection? Not too sure. No, it couldn't be, surely. It looks like the C42 becomes the B1 here. This could be a 5Kable option here. So if we check this road here, kind of hooks, goes to the south and then hooks around. That's a really good match actually. There's a Zuri camp. Oh my gosh. Let's check where the seed was. So, I think I went this way, right? Here's the sign for the Zuri camp. Maybe I should have gone the other way. So it's a way short of the Zuri camp towards Grootfontein, I think that's right. So where's the seed here? Zuri camp is down this way, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Have we got any curve or anything in the road? There's some signage. I've got 338 left. I don't know if I can 5K this, depending on how accurate that Zuri camp. Oh wow, that's a really cool sign. It's like Springbok, I guess, something like that. Probably Springbok because they got the town called Springbokwasser. It's really nice. I think it's pretty much dead straight, so Zuri camp's here. There is another turning somewhere up here. Oh, I can't get any further. So I guess we're before the turning, somewhere between the turning and the Zuri camp. Maybe a bit closer to Zuri camp. And Grootfontein, I'm going to guess there. 59, oh no, 4998. I didn't commit far enough towards Grootfontein. That's a pretty good guess though, 59 metres. A bit disappointing I couldn't 5k that, but not to worry. So I've got the taxis here, pretty modern looking. ST Shumi taxi. And they've got like a taxi number on the side. Got these yellow plates, which I think is similar to like Kenya. I can't quite remember the yellow plates. Kind of in a town here, and they've got a grass roof, which is really cool. And they've got Tarantal Strat, presumably Strat is street. These chevrons remind me of South Africa. They have the full chevron and these short chevrons. Probably other places in Africa as well. And they've got a taxi stop, like a taxi rank. I wonder if they show up on the map. That's interesting. Kranswal Street, Strat. And this communications pole that's disguised as a pine tree, very inconspicuous. It looks like the only pine tree possibly in the country. A really cool place. I'm going to travel around this town a bit. I haven't got much hope of getting 5k on this one, I don't think. Some governmental block over here, I guess. And these domed hills, which is really interesting. Got a range of hills and things around about the place, which is very cool. Probably makes it a little easier to region guess. And the architecture here is kind of interesting as well. I want to find a shop or something. And I want to see this giveaway sign. Oh, here we go. Commersdal Extension 8 Neighbourhood Watch. That's like a really typical neighbourhood watch sign. Our neighbours are watching suspicious activity to, there's no gap, a formatting issue, to take action and report to police. There's the Namibian police crest, which is like two springboks and some kind of bird of prey. Commersdal. Not familiar with the towns. Should I scan for Commersdal? Maybe quickly. Leonardville. Pomona. I'm not sure if the spelling's the same, but there's a Pomona in Australia. There's Bougainville's ghost town. It'd be kind of interesting to check out some of these places, I think. Skuit Drift. Gross Orb. And then another Springbok trek, Seward. Seward could be south, I'm not too sure. Commersdal. I'm not sure if Commersdal is a town or Twee River, a town or whether it's a city. Don't see Commersdal. Cash for gold. It's a very common thing in a lot of places. Some places in South America. They've got a lot of shops. Compra Oro. Buy gold. And then Spruik is outside calling for gold. Presumably they're successful, otherwise there wouldn't be so many of them, but Jade Street. So there is a bit of limit to the coverage. I guess you can't go down these. Oh, you can. I was going to say you can't go down these streets, but yeah, you can. Let's get lost in this town. It's Looks like a T intersection. The signs are really bold, big and bold, which is good. It's looking for a shopping centre or something like that. So they've got these, which the name of the tree escapes me at the moment. This general warning sign, giveaway sign. A lot of satellite dishes. Maybe the main centre of town's down here. I might just fast travel down here. Ooh, can I get there? I can't. I want to get to the shops. So I've got an intersection here. You could get a road name, number. This is a billboard. Okay. Radio wave 96.7. What's it say here? It's the Herman Mina Primary School. And this is a taxi with a U prefix. Well, it's actually a really interesting place. I've got 3 minutes, I should be able to get a direction sign here. University of Namibia. Comsdale campus. High School, Social Security and Commission. So they'd have the University of Namibia, I'm sure would be in a capital city. It didn't strike me as a very large city, but I guess, oh, here's Comsdale, excellent. There's a supermarket, a spa supermarket. Bushwhackers Windhoek. I wonder what they sell. So what street was I on? Hang on. We were nearby Tarantalstraat, and we travelled down. I wonder if the taxi stops are listed. There's Woodpecker Street. I don't know that they'd get a lot of woodpeckers here, but difficult to say. So we're in Comsdale, kind of north-south. It's not a grid pattern. We don't have anything really. Triumphant College Comsdale campus. Must be somewhere in this maze here. Nearby Woodpecker Street, Beijing Street. Some really odd. There's Shanghai, Mercedes, Chrysler, Bark. There's the University of Namibia's here, so we must be nearby somewhere. So that was the intersection. To the north, Florence Nightingale, and then we've got the Best Street. I wonder if I'm travelling a bit too far from Comsdale here. What was that? The bunny plug. I cannot imagine what some of these places are selling. Got some restaurants, Funny Game Bar, the Camp Kitchen and Lounge, MK's Seafood Boil NA. Agnes Street. I don't see it, it's somewhere around here, I'll just guess. Okay, it was a little further south. So it was quite close to the SOS Children's Village in Windhoek. Okay. So I should have gathered that there were no streets. Where's my compass gone? Ah, okay. So there were no streets over here, which should have been obvious to me. This interesting building, which could be the church. Difficult to say. So that was 4962, haven't 5K'd yet. I'm pretty confident that I probably could at some point. This is kind of like the same region as before, but without the hills. So the first round I had was like this, but with hills. Could be some low hills over in the distance there to the south. Kind of going east-west here. These poles seem ubiquitous, so that should be a giveaway. And the foliage is very similar. This is very reddish soil. And the road seems darker as well. I think initially that road was quite pale. Very red here. Maybe if I travel along a bit I can get some more information. Looking for... It seems like the signage is pretty good when you get to intersections and things like that. Here's a sign and an intersection. Here we go. This could be useful. Whoops, facing the other way. So on the D1121 to Ubis, Mariental district. I don't actually know what Mariental is. So we're between... Oh, Mariental, okay. It's a place on the C19. So I think scanning for roads should be pretty okay here. Having said that, I see the 17, the 18 and the 20. I'm lacking the 19. Where is the 19? 17. 15. This is always the way. You can always see every street, every road number except the one you're hunting. C14. Here's the C19. C19 here. There's Mariental and Multahul. Aha. Okay, very good. We had the C here. If we travel back the other way, let's see. Don't think I'm going to be able to 5k this one either. So we had the seed, we travel along quite a distance. It's like a river. Is there a river listed here or shown? Maybe here. Okay. Could that be Voigtgrund? I don't really see a Voigtgrund around here. So we're somewhere along this road, travelling directly pretty much east-west. A long way. To get to this intersection. To Ubis, which is to the south. Uh-oh. Don't really see this intersection. To the south, yes. Between, on the C19, the 1121. Oh, here we go. There's Ubis there. So we're travelling east to Ubis, to this intersection, which is really hard to see. Rust Plus. And we didn't see any other intersection, although we did see a river crossing. There wasn't any curve in the road. didn't see Voitsgrund. So I think it might be around here. I'm going to guess there. 7.1 kilometres away. It was a... What is this hook? I'm confused. So it was a lot closer to the intersection than I thought. Still, located the correct road and everything. 4,821. My new best score, 15,916. Just want to see the breakdown here and get a visual on what was happening there. So the first round, that had the low hills, gotchas. That had the low hills and medium-sized bushes. Number 2 was no bushes, mountains in the distance. It's a floodplain. Number 3 was a national park-ish, with the safari park, I think. Number 4 was in town, in the capital. I'm pretty sure Windhoek is the capital. And then, what did this look like? Yeah, really low bushes. Let's see if I can get a vibe here. So empty, small bushes, low bushes. So it seems like towards Botswana, South Africa, maybe the foliage is a bit higher. Okay, I'll play again. So this is like this is an unsealed road, similar to the first round, which was kind of around here. Man, I didn't even commit that to memory. No gotchas. So maybe this. Is near the border. Here's a different telegraph pole, utility pole. It's got a really small cross piece with these things popping up. I don't know that they're insulators. Going north-south here on an unsealed road. Really low hills. But the bushes are kind of a bit bigger than before, so maybe we're nearby Twee River. It's difficult to say whether you'd actually see the rivers nearby. Is that dust being kicked up by another road? I'm not too sure. I don't think so. I think it's just like dirt showing through the foliage. So we're going kind of like north-south. I feel like it would be a smaller road than that. Gee, some of these roads don't really show up too well. Maybe we're on the D1022. If I head north, maybe I'll get to something else. That's my theory. Whoops, just got switched around. So we had a curve, now we're going more directly north-south. Not really. I don't think this is a good fit. There wasn't a creek. So do we see a farm? I didn't see a farm anyway. Either, I mean. I don't know, somewhere around here. Maybe further north. This is a dead straight north-south road. A couple of those. Maybe that's... no. No, I didn't come to an intersection. I wonder if they'll have any... Jet Pinky back again. Oh, I forgot about... there we go. It took me a while to work out what you were saying yesterday about F11. And I'd forgotten about it. I'm pretty sure it was you were saying hit F11 to get full screen. And I couldn't work it out. I'm in Namibia, just checking out Namibia this afternoon. 1 PM here. This is like really north-south. I think, I don't know, it started out not north-south and then got north-south. I have a feeling it's nearby the border here somewhere. But I'm not sure how major this road is. It doesn't look major. I don't know. An arm in the northeast. National park here. I've got this tree. The trees are actually getting bigger here. We've got these low mountains, which I did see somewhere else. Got a bushman's village. So many cool places here to check out. I'm presuming the Skeleton Coast is cool, but difficult to say. It's got a cool name anyway. I nearly 5K'd before in the capital, but I just didn't pay enough attention. These low mountains, low hills, the termite mound, very cool. I feel like this is close to the border somewhere. I don't think it's nearby a bushman's village though. And there don't seem to be any intersections, so maybe I'll just guess there. Ooh, that was actually... I think I was considering something like this. A lot of these creeks seem to be dried up, so that actually shows us quite a major road, the C20, near the Nossob River Creek, just the Nossob. Okay, I was looking for a smaller road than that, so that was a bit of a fail. 358 kilometres away. I was kind of right in my original thinking because I had the first round was down here that I had. This was a bit similar right near the border, but further north. So maybe the foliage gets a bit bigger the further north you go. So now this is like the first round I had, except that, yeah, okay, there are mountains over here. So the first round I had was right down here in a dry riverbed. It was closer to the mountains, so this could be still somewhere in here. There's no foliage, which makes me think, or no trees, which makes me think that this could also be a dry riverbed. Near the Rostock Ritz. I don't know if that's an official Ritz. So this could be a labelled road, like a C road or a B road, but here's the Rostock Ritz, let's check it out. It's a very cool gate. Not really a gate, I'm not sure what you call that. I don't feel like you're obliged to actually drive on the road here. Let's have a look at the Ritz. Lodge, camping, restaurant, hiking, rock art, and then the phone number. It's a fascinating place. There is a whole lot of nothing. This sign. I'm going to check out this sign. Rostock Ritz, last stop for 200 kilometres. Okay. I'm driving north-south. Yeah. Nothing. Ace. So, I kind of got the vibe around here. Gondwana Nature Park. That's kind of interesting. Because Australia used to be part of Gondwana land. I guess it was joined to Africa. I don't know at what zoom the Rostock Ritz is going to show up. Pretty much dead north-south here with nothing for 200 kilometres. It's very, it's a private nature reserve. And the Fish River. 200 kilometres, what would that mean? The distances are a bit deceptive here. I feel like I've had some close guesses which are actually like 300 kilometres away. I really want something pretty north-south, nearby nothing. Saddle Hill. I wonder why they've got double labels on them. I don't really see the Rostock Ritz around here. 200 kilometres, what would that be? That's quite a distance. Nothing for 200 kilometres to the north. You zoom in and there's kind of some things. Us? Or US? Us? There's a whole bunch of rivers there but no water. Groot orb. Groot seems to be well, I've seen a couple of Groot prefixes for town names. There's nothing really here. Safari Group. Namibia has at least 2 cities. Well, that's not confusing anyway, so... And then Soros. Which they just named the one city twice. One town twice. There's Oz. I don't really know what to make of this. I kind of want to go down here somewhere. Am I still in Namibia? I am. It's kind of a major road. There's nothing really around here, but the road's not north-south. Should just plonk it somewhere, I guess. Find out where the Rostock Ritz is. Here. There's the Rostock Ritz Lodge Airport. Rostock Ritz Desert Lodge. Looked like it was on the water on that sign. And then the Rostock Ritz campsite. I think they might have taken that photo during a rare wet spell. It's a 4-star hotel. I'll just Google that. Rostock. Is it with a K? Ritz. R-I-T-Z. There it is. I didn't mean to open that. I guess animals come around or something. It's pretty bleak. It's like scorpions, yes. Scorpions, snakes. I'm not sure what snakes they get in Namibia, but there's a whole lot of nothing around there. I guess there must be like an animal safari. I kind of like the... there's a different lodge to the north in the national park which seemed a bit greener. I checked out Plonket and they've got coming soon for Namibia. It's a bit sad because it's got no hints. So this is a bit north, and there's Rostock there. So how far? That was 229 kilometres away. And they're saying there's nothing for 200 kilometres, which I don't know that actually bears out. I wonder if the compass was out there as well, because it looked like the road was going directly north-south. I kind of got baited there. Got the border, the Comas region and the Erongo region. Catch you later. Have a good one. I'll keep on with Namibia for a bit. Oh, there's a cool termite mound. Got a small town here at an intersection. Got the yellow plates and a couple of palm trees. So more tropical here, maybe near by the coast, I guess. Certainly a lot of termite mounds. Should probably full screen it again. Now that I know to full screen. So this should be gettable. We're at an intersection. We just need some signage. It's actually driving left. I didn't even check that before. Speed limit of 60, which this road seems to merit more than 60, but I guess there's Springbok on the way. Ongala Combined School. This, I guess that means co-ed. The road here is east-west, really a nice sealed road, so maybe one of the major roads here. We want Ongala. Whoops. There's a few double names too. Ice. I want to check out this Bougainfels ghost town. Bogan's an Australian term for like a redneck kind of. Ongala. I don't see it. I thought it might show up easily, but probably need some more information like the road number. Should be achievable. You'd think that would be. A lot of the signage is missing, unfortunately, so that makes it a bit difficult. More signage missing. I feel like people's homes are filled with like directional signs, which I've definitely. Oh, that was the combined skill. I've certainly lifted my fair share of street signs in the past. And there's the Ongala Combined School again. Just need the road number here. I was guessing actually near the coast, so maybe I should scan near the coast. Hentai's Bay, mile 108. Ongala. Go Babib? No. Swakopmund. That's not it. Pit Bottom Viewpoint. Some really nice names. Really imaginative. So I'd say this region is definitely typified by the massive termite mounds and palm trees. Maybe I should fast travel to see if I get. Oh, looks like someone on the way to school, way from school. Let's travel. Ooh. There's nothing much near Ongala by the looks. Oh, now we're at a dead end. So we're on this intersection, which is not really an intersection. It's interesting they seal the start of the intersection for an unsealed road. So I guess you see that other places, but maybe they have ambitions to seal it in the near future. Difficult to say. So I'll travel along here and see if there's anything. Can I do that? Yeah, I can. Okay. There's got to be something somewhere close by. Here we go. Oh, is this... I went the wrong way. I meant to go this way. Check out the other direction. To the east. Got turned around. Whoops. For some reason it doesn't want to fast travel past here. 2 minutes. Okay, this is the end. So it's just this one strip of road. It's going to make it very difficult. It's a major road. Ongala must be somewhere around, I guess, further north, just based on the trees and whatnot. These are very... There's Ongonga. A lot of O starting names. So where's the major road here, going east-west? Here. It must be here, surely. We're on the C41. It was pretty dead straight though, so I'm going to back away from the C41 there. It's got to be somewhere near here. I thought kind of coastal. I feel like it's a major road though. Puros. There's a lot of O names here. I'm just going to plonk it somewhere here. Oh. 1,300 kilometers away. It was very far north. And it wasn't like a really major road either. And this says Anguilla. Had the Shell service station. I didn't get that far. I wonder if that's actually correct. We were on an intersection. It was an intersection that recombined loops around. I did kind of see a cemetery. Where's the school? I don't know what's going on with the signage there. That doesn't seem right for where we were. Kind of confused on that one. Anyway. Not to worry. $1,300 kilometers away. I kind of had the right vibe. Oh no, I had a coastal vibe. There's all O names across the top here. M names over here. M's and N's. Some more O's. I mean, generally it's just like a lot of O's. So, whoops, I didn't mean to bring that up. Okay, my country streak's going well though. So this is much more lush, like, and this white road. No borders. And this interesting rock formations. I think before I'd seen those in the distance, but these trees are kind of like Botswana-ish. Looks like they may have had to make a road cutting here, which is a bit painful. A lot of the roads, the major roads, are really straight by the looks. And got the cross pieces with a lot of insulators. I didn't get a good view of it before, but they're definitely insulators. So this is a very long straight road, very green. kind of north-south. Just check which direction is going to show up anything. Yeah, it looks like nothing much for quite some way. I'm going to head this way, kind of northish. See if I can get to civilization or something. A petrol station. What do they say in the UK? A lay-by. It's got the Springbok sign. Oh, it's got the Google watermark. I thought it was something, some graffiti or something. Travelling. Problem is, if I find something, there's no intersection or anything to lock it on to. So I think a 5k is going to be a bit difficult. There's an intersection. What is that? It's like a raccoon or something. It's a rail. There's a rail line running beside. Looks like a happy train. I think I'm anthropomorphizing the train here. They've just silhouetted a regular train, but it looks like a smiley train with big eyes, like a manga train, a kawaii train. Oh my gosh. Hundreds of kilometers with nothing. It's kind of east-northeast with a rail line. Maybe we should look for the rail line. Which would show up as, is this the rail? Oh, it's a regional border. That's annoying. Kentucky? There's a big lake here. I wonder if it has water or it's just a dry lake. These are just regional boundary lines. Really looking for a rail line. Here's a rail line, maybe? No, that's a border. Where would they have the rail? To the capital, surely. Yeah. Man, good thinking. This is a dual road, so that doesn't really fit too well. Not sure what kind of network they have. I think we were travelling northeast. It loops around a bit, this rail line. I kind of got a northern vibe, but it could be coastal. How much time? We've got 3 minutes. Let's see where this train goes. It's not really going directionally the way I want. Is there a road here? There isn't. So, Norman. So north's okay, if it's in the north. Northeast. It could be nearby here. So where? Macmillian, how are you doing? I'll call you Mac, and because I can't quite read, my vision's going. Just checking out Namibia, the new country to drop. And I think we're on a long straight road, kind of northeast, and I came across the rail here. So I think I'm down here somewhere. Yeah, it's new. There's a lot of nothing about the place. I did have a round in the capital, which was cool. When did it come out? It's probably like three or 4 days ago. I think Zigzag dropped a video pretty much immediately, and I saw a couple of people streaming it. But this is my first look. I didn't really think about looking at it before now, but then last night I was like, oh, why don't I just have a look and see what it's like? It's a pretty cool place so far. Yeah, this part does look like the first round I had was drier. Probably the trees are more variable than Botswana, but some areas it looks like pretty much Botswana. But then I had a location, I think I'm somewhere here, where the rail line isn't. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I can't see the rail line here or here. Difficult to say. So it might be one of these regions. I'm not even sure if this is the C33. But I went a long distance and then I didn't see any creeks. I think the creeks are a bit misleading because oh my god, I had the right road. Whoops, what have I done? I didn't mean to do that. That was 34 kilometres, that's not bad. So that was just from seeing the rail line next to the road there when I travelled north. So I must have kind of mistook where the rail was going there. Did I pick a northeast? Yeah, I think the lineup of the road was okay. So this must have been where I got to where the rail was nearby the road. Difficult. Me, I'm from Australia, but currently living in Vietnam. My wife's Vietnamese. Just had a baby 5 months ago here in Vietnam, so just took a bit of leave to look after the baby. So this is like one of the areas where there's nothing. I think that one of the early rounds I had. Thank you. It's a beautiful baby. I'm never really a baby person before, but having had one, it's like a pretty cool thing. Originally from Queensland, but now living in Melbourne for the past 9 years, 10 years, something like that. The climate in Melbourne's not too agreeable, but it's got a lot of things to do compared to some other places in Australia. How about you? Where are you from? What's up in the distance here? One tree. This is like dry lake beds, I think, with mountains in the distance. It's kind of like one of the early rounds I had, except the mountains were quite close. Oh, Canada, cool. Canada's east coast. French speaking or not? I met a Canadian here, actually. He'd had a baby about a year ago. He's travelling back to Canada, but he was French Canadian and didn't pay attention to English in school, so he's quite good at English but didn't enjoy speaking English. I guess this is like, what are we driving? Very red soil. I don't know that I saw the red soil before, but we're kind of driving north-south. There's a lot of mountains through here by the looks. Prehistoric burial ground on the Fish River, Nova Scotia. Bandage Pass. That sounds ominous. Yeah, I'd love to go to Canada, but I do say that about a lot of places. I'd love to go anywhere. Mostly anywhere. There's nothing much around here and I've hit a dead end. Seems to be the way that there's a limit to the coverage, so that's probably a good... If you check the coverage, it probably would help when you come to the end of coverage somewhere. There's mountains to the north. I'm getting a very southern vibe here, but it's difficult to get a vibe. It's for somewhere you've not really seen before. Are there mountains here? Don't know, there's a lot of mountains down here, right? Just going to stick it here going into Oz. Ooh. It's a lot further north. I feel like the compass isn't exactly up. From Toowoomba, really. That's so weird. I mean, I went to a wedding in Toowoomba once. I haven't spent a lot of time in Toowoomba. So I had a round exactly here. The Rostock Ritz Lodge Airport. And the sign said something like nothing for the next 200 kilometres south, which are kind of challenged because there's places, there's Tinky, surely something's at Tinky. Tinkering Hebe. I'm sure it wasn't a repeat round either, because the gates to the Rostock Ritz were right nearby. I should have travelled further down this road here. So we were north of the Rostock Ritz, I think. I checked out online the Rostock Ritz and there wasn't a lot to it. I don't see the gates to the Rostock Ritz. That's the extent that I can go that way. What about this way? Okay, I'm stuck. Fine. I don't know. I feel aggrieved there because that's almost like a repeat round for me, but I'm going backwards. I think last time was nearly 15. Here we go. Kratz Engineering. Got boats. We might be... Oh, thanks for the follow. Sorry, I didn't see that. I'm very bad at managing the streaming. I get distracted too easily and don't check. So fisheries, I feel like, is going to be on the coast. I like the crest that the Namibia has. It's like 2 springboks and an eagle, maybe. This is interesting too. Some of the African nations, they always have the PO box. I forget what countries, like Kenya. I think Kenya always has the post office box for government agencies and businesses and things. So this is Walvis Bay. Here's the flag. 2 flags. Presumably this is the Namibian flag. Don't know about the other one. So the water should be kind of north. Interesting. What's this? I'm going to travel around here. I just want to see if I can find Walvis Bay quickly. I want to see Bougainville's ghost town. I might Google that after this. Pomona. I was saying there's a Pomona in Australia. The Pomona Mountain. They've got the King of the Mountain challenge. There's Robert Harbour. I don't think I see Shark Island campsite. There's a lot of interesting places. So I guess the sharks are after the seals. Agate Beach. I wonder if it's got agate there or not. There's a lot of these bays are not coming up. This is Boot Bay, but we're not getting any labels. Presumably this Walvis Bay has don't know why Saddle Hill's listed twice. St. Francis Bay. No. Conception Bay. Sandwich Harbour. What about this? Yes, exactly. This is like a port for sure. So where are we about? So okay, that makes sense too. It's like directly west of Windhoek, because presumably all the freight and stuff is going to the capital. Should be able to get the... Let's get all the seafood. Walvis Bay Port. What places of interest do they have here? Walvis Bay waterfront and dolphin cruises on a catamaran. A lot of fish processing. So back, where was I? Should be able to get the... so it's the Ministry of Fisheries. That should show up on the map surely. Surely that's a point of interest. Diesel electric, interesting. I don't see the Department of Fisheries, that's interesting. I think we're right nearby the water here. Stevedoring. I think Stevedoring is such a cool name. Okay, I might better have a bit more of a look. So we're going west here. So I hate 5K'ing. I did a stream the other day trying to get 5Ks and it just drove me absolutely bonkers. There's Namdok. Tanker jetty. Surely the tanker jetty is somewhere here. So if I was going west, ish. Got First Street, surely that's helpful. Here's 6th Street, 5th Street. 5th Road. Oh, settle down. Why would you do that? 4th Street, 3rd Street, 2nd Street. Surely 1st Street is somewhere around here. Drives me bonkers. Why hide 1st Street? Gendev, 18th Road, here's 1st Street East. So 1st Street, we were on 1st Street. And if you go all the way kind of south on 1st Street, you get to a dead end. Was this 1st Street? Oh my gosh. Come on, labels. Here's 1st Street. Ministry, oh my gosh, there it is. Whew. I found it. So, I wanted to see anything of interest. Independence Beach. I don't know, do I? Maybe. I'll check it out. See if I can go down there. Toowoomba they had a, well, I'm at a dead end here. The Taste of Namibia. I guess it's, oh, it's an ad for flour. I thought it might be battered fish or something, given that it's like a port. Don't know what this cuisine is, it looks pretty good. Vetok wheat flour, ideal for baking vetok? Vetcook. oven rolls, so I guess these are oven rolls, and rooster brood. Looks like it says rooster brood. Bake with confidence. Interesting. I guess I'll guess. 5K'd. Very nice. Very happy. Finally the 5K. And this looks like the capital here. Just because it's the most built up area I've seen in about 15 rounds. Maybe 12 rounds. What's the time? Got a hard out at 2:45. Currently 2:08. So I think if this is indeed the capital, it's kind of typified by, ooh, that's interesting, palm trees. And there was, the other round I had in the capital had a, like a signal tower which had been made up to look like a pine tree, very poorly. But this is, and I looked around, I couldn't find any other pine trees, but here's one. And this is an interesting place, because an interesting tree because it looks to be a paper bark, which is very common in Australia. Anton Lubowski, the big Lubowski Street. Different spelling, I'm pretty sure. So I think we're in Windhoek. Windhoek? Kind of useful. Oh, they've got a subway by the looks. Could be the, yeah, it's the Trans-Namibian train station. Well, that'd be cool. I like trains. A lot of times, sometimes it's painful. They're not really on a grid pattern here, so it's a bit difficult. There are a lot of pine trees. Before I couldn't see one single pine tree. So the poles are quite interesting. I feel like that's an easy tip for Windhoek. Just looking for like a suburb sign. Looks pretty dusty. Orcus Street? Orcus and Anton Lubowski. A lot of streets named after people. Robert Mugabe Avenue. There's two diametrically opposed individuals. Got Robert Mugabe Avenue and Nelson Mandela Avenue. Joe's Beer House. I'm interested. What was I looking for? Lebowski, that's right. Got Love Street. Pasteur. We've got a Pasteur Street in Ho Chi Minh City, I'm pretty sure. They've got a Marie Curie Street, anyway. The whole district in, like in District 1, they've got scientist-themed streets. There's Salk. Surely Jonas Salk. He's one of my personal heroes. And Pasteur, yeah, maybe I mentioned Pasteur before. And then just Mayo Street. Celebrating mayonnaise. I don't see Lebowski. And then Pelican, Kingfisher. There's definitely Albatross. There's definitely themes to different neighbourhoods. So here's Brahms, Schubert, Wagner, Handel. Simpsons fans. Simpson Street. Lister was a scientist. I forget what he was responsible for. It's the Rhino Park Veterinary Clinic. Okay, so my last round was kind of nearby the University of Namibia. It has a sign for the University of Namibia. And then there's places like Shanghai and I think some other capitals and things like that. Kind of like it as inspirational. Here's the prison. How big is it? Difficult to say. Looks like in a suburban area, which is kind of cool. And the High Court's nearby, which is kind of convenient. Anyway, I don't know what... I'm kind of going north, south, east, west. This is Shanghai. Caesar. I guess... just going to plonk it here. It's got to be pretty close by. Ooh, it's the wrong freaking city. That's why. Oh my god. No, that's a disaster. A disaster. That would explain why there's many more pines there. Palms, sorry. I just saw a big city and thought that's got to be the capital, but it's just north of the previous round in Walvis Bay. Swakopmund. Disastrous. Home. Be my guest, self-catering. A lot of guest houses here. I guess it's like a tourist area near the beach on the coast. Is this the Skeleton Coast? I don't think so. I think that's further south or north. I've lost the Skeleton Coast. Here, further north. Okay. So that was a fail. 1,300 kilometers away. Kramersdorf, sorry. What a disaster. Anyway, I don't know how to different. Oh, I guess with all the palms, is kind of an indicator that you're not in the capital, that you're by the coast. So the first round I had really straight fence posts. Here they're pretty ad hoc. DIY fence posts. Still some palms, so maybe it's not too far from the ocean. But then not too much in the way of tall trees or anything like that. And this road doesn't seem like a major road. I don't think these are crops, but it's difficult to tell. I don't think so. It doesn't look uniform enough. So probably on the border with a marshland or something, I guess. I think the way to go would be this way. See if I can go any distance here. Not getting rejected. So it looks like farm country anyway, wherever that would be. Had corn or something? No, those are cattails. I think that's the name. Are they farming them? I don't know. I consumed a lot of long dark content at some point, and cattails played heavily into that, but I don't know that they actually have a commercial use. Maybe. Wow, this is some big bulls. This is farm country. I did see some labels for farms somewhere. I feel like this is relaxing in the shade. Very good. I don't understand why some cows are inside the fence and some are outside. Maybe some are bulls and some are cows. There's much I do not know about farming. And this one's on the move. Kind of like longhorn cattle, but I don't know much about it. These are cabbage palms, I think. These are not like major roads. Got the plumbing or something here. Now I've come to a dead end. Nearby the farmhouse or the something. So what am I going to do here? I feel like I saw some farms somewhere actually labelled. It won't be in a national park, I don't think, but it is. I think this kind of foliage is going to be maybe on the border with Angola. Try not to pick a conservation area or a national park. Didn't seem to be a huge amount of water. Here's a cool name. Swartboosdrift. I can't even say it. Swartboosdrift. It's very Afrikaans sounding. Sounds like there's a massive storm brewing outside. I should check the window. Fortunately, I took the washing off the line before I started streaming. Otherwise I would have to quickly run out there. Just want like a tangle of minor roads somewhere. Yeah, so it's got like bush camps and things like that. Safaris. I'm just going to drop it in here somewhere. Where are we? Okay, that's pretty generic. Not a bad idea. I did get the Angola border vibe. Oh, I didn't mean to open that. What an idiot. Yeah, I was actually clicked away from my original idea, which was on the Angola border. Oh my gosh, 370 kilometers away, 749 points. Very disappointing. Now this is a very Botswana-y looking view, but I feel like Botswana doesn't get quite so much grass, if I'm not mistaken. Just trying to find my chat. There we go, where is it? Okay. It's got the chat on the other screen. Combined chat for YouTube and Twitch. So I guess this is like a Botswana vibe kind of thing. It's not a sealed road, but this kind of counts as like a fairly major road by the looks in Namibia, going north-south. So I'm going to go between Duplessis and Drimiopsis, yeah, on the D1667. No, how is that? I feel like the compass is out here, surely. I'm going to check that. I think the compass was out, because I think it was indicating north-south. And this is very clearly not north-south. It wasn't a bad guess, that's for sure. But I was drawn by this road. 74 kilometers away. Okay, this is a major road. One of my observations is that there's very little shoulder on the road, long dashes and skinny yellows on the outside. It's kind of an odd shade of yellow too. And there are some dark roads and some light roads. This is one of the darker ones. This is the most typical utility pole that I've seen, but there are some with crosses and cross spars and a whole ton of little white insulators. So it looks like a sign up here. This will be useful if we can get a road number, which we can, I'm thinking. The C13 near Roche Pina, 150 kilometers to the south. So this should be easily achievable. C13. Just need to find the C roads. 15, 20, 22, C28, 27, 14. Looking for 13. Is the C13. Ooh, I made a guess nearby Oz before, but there's Roche Pina. So we're 150 kilometres from Rosh Pina. It's pretty straight in this direction. Pretty straight in this direction. I'll head back this way. I just need to find a bend or something. Are there any intersections? Yeah, there are some minor ones. So straight, 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 straight. I might better fast travel a bit. Heading north. Whoops. It suddenly gets those reversals. Is this a bollard? No. It's got a 15 on there, I'm not sure what it's referring to. It's a very straight road. And we've come to the end. So we're just in the middle of a really straight section north-south. I wonder if I should go all the way the other way past that sign. See how far I can go here. Otherwise I'm just going to drop it midway along that straight section on the C13. Yeah, not coming up with anything here. Okay, I guess we're kind of here. Between Woodputz and Spitzkop on the way to Rosh Pina. We're much closer to Oz than I thought. Maybe the road wasn't that north-south. IFS Oz Former. It's a German war cemetery. How interesting. That's very German sounding. Uswische. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce anything in English either. So I've got Garab desert horses nearby Garab station. A lot of points of interest. I'd never thought about Namibia as a place to visit, but oh man, I was exactly 100 kilometres away. Fail. So that was 100 kilometres. We were 150 from Rosh Pina. Yeah, I kind of overestimated distances there. Going backwards, 13,469. And now, do we have the rail line here? We do. Okay. This is very Botswana-y, kind of Botswana-y, but with some tabletop mountains, like Lesotho. So I think, oh, that's the B road. So I had the rail line going all the way to the north here. It's kind of like where I was before, which was, I don't actually recall. This could be the B1. Is that the rail line? I thought. Yeah, here's the rail line, surely. No, that's the B1. I'm hallucinating. So where'd the rail line go? I've lost it. How did I lose it? That's it there. It's really close to the road. We're kind of north-south. It's not a divided road, so it's not the A1. Well, not the A1 here anyway. So following the rail, it's going up here. Let's try to remember where I had it before. Somewhere up north. Because I had a cutting and it didn't really look like this, I didn't think. We're going north-south. I don't think it's on this section of the B2 anyway. From memory, there's a north section of the rail, this one. I think this is what we want to be on. Now there's a hole. Now I've lost the rail here. Yeah, I think I was on the C33 before. Don't know if that's a good fit or not this time. Maybe. I should probably travel and get the road number or something. Yeah, got 6.5 minutes left. Should take a drive, see if I can get the road number or an intersection or... So my best guess so far is the C33. Coming up on something. A picnic area. Rest, revive, survive. That's very cool. I like that they've got a bin there. I'm not sure what this pole was supposed to do, but whatever its purpose was, it's kind of lost its purpose there. There was an intersection there too. Yeah, not a major one by the looks. Looks like the rail line's running right beside the road for quite a distance. We're very straight all the way here. Got a car coming from the other direction, so hopefully we're close to civilization. There's a sign, I think, the other way, because we're driving left. The rest area is actually listed. That was 1 kilometre, okay. It seemed like we travelled a lot further than that. I like the rest area signs, cool. Oh, we got reversed. We still got the rail line here, we do. I'm at the end. It's kind of annoying that you come to the end of the coverage. Is that a sign? Not a major one, I don't think. I think it's a rail sign. So we're going south. Whoops. And the rail line's running directly to the west. East, sorry, the east of the road. It's just dead straight. No signage except for that rest area sign. Seems to be a lot of Namibia, it's just long straight roads with nothing. And I'm getting turned around there. Got these tabletop mountains. It's got the rail line here. I feel like it could be north. Is that the rail line? I don't think so. What was that? Queen Sophia. So where was the rail line? I've lost it again. It's a very major road. Oh, I wish I hadn't lost the rail line. The C33, the rail line's on it there. Yeah, there it is. I wonder if we could be on the C33. We just need a out of Africa town lodge. We need a nice north-south section. The B1. Is this north-south? It is pretty directly north-south. I don't really trust the compass here. I've had some very strange compass pointings. There's not a lot of stuff here. But this doesn't seem like a major enough road, I don't think. What to do? Maybe I should just drop it in this section here. Not here, where the road's a bit more major. It runs for quite a way. Don't see any intersections or anything. Maybe here. I guess it's on the B1. Ah, there's an intersection there. This is not it. I don't know where. Okay, it was miles away. This is exactly where I was before, right? I was on this road. I had a 5k opportunity because I was on this C19 between Merentiel and Multahohe, and I misinterpreted how far I was along this road, unfortunately. So that was a fail, 570 kilometres away. And now we're back in Botswana territory. Good unsealed road. So, what have I learned? I guess nothing much. Except that this could be... What are we doing? Running kind of north-south again. Gosh. It's probably here. Okay, some of the vibe guesses are not too bad. 77 kilometres away. That would be quite a nice guess on a different map, because this is just Namibia specific, so getting that close is not going to haul in a lot of points, but on a world map, a community world or something, then it'll be looking pretty good, I think. This could be further north. Let me check. A north-south road major on the B1 here, near the border with Angola. It'd be cool if Angola was covered. Look at that, all green. I mean, there's so many countries that'd be great if they had coverage. I'm going to travel along here. What's the time? Okay, I've probably got one more game after this, and then I got turned around again. One more game after this, and then I probably have to sign off for the day. I don't think I'll be able to take the baby for a walk this afternoon because it sounds like it's hammering down outside. A lot of traffic coming this way. I wonder if that indicates something. Again, just a whole lot of nothing. Not nothing, but I mean nothing that can help identify precisely where you are for a 5k. There was a sign. Woolsburg. I don't know where Woolsburg is. It's like a campsite. There are a lot of campsites by the look. This is O country. Looking for Woolsburg. I doubt it's going to come up. Don't think we're near the coast. We're on a stretch north-south on a major road. Here. Give that a shot. That was a really good plonk. Oh gosh. There's Woolsburg camping. Splendid plonk. I'm very happy with that. 4690. Scan right out. Pretty much the 5k. Okay, I feel like my vibes are getting better here. Vibe guesses. This is a town, which I'm not going to get right. I want to see like a shop or something. A restaurant. Here, what does this say? Ooh, interesting. Ndelipona Shabin. It's probably a shop, I guess. It's a kiosk. Wapanawa kiosk. We sell. Get a little closer. Pay DSTV here. Airtime. Buy electricity, food. Kapana 24/7. I don't know what much of that means. I wonder if Wapanawa is the place. Here's a car. Man, I was just saying there probably aren't any cars here, but I was dead wrong. A minor amount of washing done. So there's palms here and pine trees. Maybe this is a bit coastal. It doesn't look like super coastal, but I'm going to have a look near the coast somewhere. I don't think it's Saddle Hill or Saddle Hill. Wapanawa, I don't know if it's a real thing. A place name or whatever. Maybe I'll go a little bit north. Like this. Oh man, I was even... Oh my god. I lost my streak at 18 because I didn't even click in Namibia. What an idiot. It was almost an impossible streak to lose. It was all the way on the border anyway. I had good border vibes. I got Angola vibes, but there's a lot more to that place than I thought. I should have travelled around some more. The bar. Fresh Friendly supermarket. I would have liked to see that. And the Samba mini market. I wonder what they're renting here. Mr. Candare's Rentals. And Tech World. There's a whole lot more to that town than I thought. Look, it looks like there's a bit of tourism too, with some lodges and things nearby the border. I can't believe I got the wrong country on a country-specific map. Shocking. So, low hills, low bushes. It's kind of like here. Along this road on nearby Gotchas. Nope. C35, what road was I on? C15, yeah. I got the wrong vibe there. Actually, I just want to check out Skeleton Coast National Park. I doubt a round's going to come up, so... Coast National Park. Get an idea of what Skeleton Coast looks like. What is that? An old train beached in the Skeleton Coast National Park. I see why they call it Skeleton Coast. Amazing. I wish I stopped doing that. Ooh, lions. It'd be cool to see a lion on the coverage. This must be a shipwreck zone. Very cool. Pride of lions on the coast. Be good to see around there. Anyway, one can only hope. feel like I can get it. Oh, that's my worst score yet. And I broke my streak, country streak. Okay. So, low shrubs, some tabletop mountains in the distance to the north. Maybe this is on the C15. Let me check this out. Okay. Close, not really close. 1,300 kilometres away on the C14. On the way to Bullsport or Nomstus. Ooh, here's a very lush area. Quite a nice road. And probably farm country, I guess. Let's see if I can get a road number here. This seems gettable, surely. Maybe not the 5k, but something. Surely there must be something around here. Wow, what a country. Just a lot of driving with nothing. Nothing much. Is this a sign? No, it's a tree. Some kind of farms on the left-hand side there. Is that a sign? It was. So we're on the C46 and Ruakana is 20 k's away. And there's a sign here, which could be the other way. Oh, I can't go there? Oh my gosh, that's annoying. I can't see what's in the other direction. On the C46. So, yeah, okay. I've got a good feel of the road labelling here. Here's the 45. On the C46. On the way to Ruakana. That's interesting. King Kauluma village. Ruakana's here. And it's kind of in the, so that's west. Yes, that's cool. Interesting. Shupla Combined School. I didn't see any. How far is 20 kilometres? I think there was nothing nearby, so if I go back, hopefully this is in the direction I was heading. Just need an intersection or something. We're right nearby Angola here. Oh, did I reached the limit of the coverage here? No. I don't know. Somewhere on this straight section, I think. Yeah. 4739, 10 kilometres away. I'm surprised I didn't see an intersection or something there. Or the airport. Very strange. Now, this is kind of around here on the C24. 14, on the C14. Nope. Not quite getting it. 345 kilometres away. Round 4. Okay. I feel like this is almost a repeat round from where I had before. In Windhoek. Something about refuse and rubble. So I was actually, before it was not central, not west, Comsdale. I feel like it's like Comsdale area. I think the previous round was here. No, that can't be right, near Woodpecker Street. Kitchener, London, Dusseldorf. It was somewhere near open territory here. Like, kind of like here, but not. They don't have street names, that's kind of difficult. I'm sure we're in Comsdale somewhere. What was the name of the street? Grokenwoordstraat. Funky Town Mall. I'll have to check out the Funky Town Mall sometime. Somewhere around here, I guess. I'm not going to scan for it. Okay, it was nearby. Nearby Burger Eats Namibia. In the Pet Sports and Entertainment Lounge. Grill? What? That's a bit weird. Anyway, 1.1 kilometres away. So, we've got a good vibe for the capital now. And this here's a new build, but nearby a lot of... Is that the bar? Not too sure. This is an interesting location. I don't have a lot of time to scan for it, unfortunately, or check it out, but some other time. I've got to finish up now. Check on the baby, make sure she's alright. It looks like they're drying something here. Could be either cattle country or... Where am I going to go? Somewhere quite remote. Here. In Guruguru. Oh, it was on the outskirts of Windhoek. Just after I said I had a good feel for Windhoek. Okay, I hadn't seen the outskirts before. That's very interesting. The suburbs, outer suburbs. So, again, not great. That was fun. Hope to see a lot of Namibia in the future. Haven't got any viewers on Twitch, so I think I'll leave it there.